Thank you very much, and welcome to everyone who is watching on YouTube and everyone who is here today. The subcommittee, with the benefit of the adjournment, has carefully considered all relevant evidence made available to it, both oral and written, and in doing so took into account the licensing objectives of the Licensing Act 2003, Hillingdon's licensing policy and the statutory guidance issued by the Secretary of State under Section 182 of the Licensing Act 2003. The decision of the subcommittee was to reject part of the application to vary the premises licence and modify the conditions of the licence for the following reasons. The Prince of Wales is a popular and busy venue, attracting a variety of clientele in the community. It is, however, a premises which has also faced challenges in the past. In December 2019, the premises had its licence reviewed, and the subcommittee on that occasion resolved to modify its conditions. In December 2021, following an application for a summary review by the Metropolitan Police, the premises had its premises licence revoked following a serious incident. In April 2023, the subcommittee granted a new premises licence to the venue with a new premises licence holder and a revised operating schedule, adding further stringent conditions. It is under this new licence the subcommittee were tasked to determine whether to extend the authorisation of various licensable activities to beyond its current licence. The subcommittee heard evidence from the Metropolitan Police, the Licensing Authority and Street Scene Environmental Enforcement Team as responsible authorities. The subcommittee also heard evidence from interested parties, including councillors and a resident living next door to the premises. On the last occasion, the hearing was adjourned to enable the subcommittee to consider a late submission of evidence by the applicant in response to some of the issues raised by the parties who had objected to the application. During the hearing, the subcommittee heard the applicant's representation. The applicant took issue with the timelines of the objection submitted by the responsible authorities following the consultation. Responsible authorities submitted their objection within the 28-day period, and therefore the subcommittee found that the claims made by the applicant were unmerited in its regard. The subcommittee, having assessed the evidence, including the body-worn footage, and placed significant weight on the representations made by the responsible authorities, particularly that of the Metropolitan Police. Following their unannounced visit to the premises on Saturday the 27th of April 2024 at 22:15 hours, the following failings were discovered. Entry should have been prevented after 10 p.m. as per condition 34 on their current licence. Officers entered the premises without having their ID scanned as per condition 14 on their current licence. The DPS was unable to fully recover footage from the CCTV. At least one member of staff must be trained to access, operate and download the CCTV at all times as per condition 17B on their current licence. The SIA register was incomplete in breach of condition 15 on their current licence. A DJ was playing loud, in the officer's opinion, amplified music in the external area of the premises, in breach of condition 37 of the current licence. The applicant, in their representation, asked the subcommittee to consider the representations made by a member of the security staff in their witness statement, refuting the evidence of P.C. Brown. The subcommittee, having listened carefully to P.C. Brown's evidence and having viewed the body-worn footage, found P.C. Brown's evidence not only compelling, but a true reflection of the evidence following the unannounced visit, which is routine when an application is being considered for variation. The subcommittee also found the evidence of the interested parties, namely the councillors Shandell and Gohill, particularly helpful and persuasive in outlining how residents felt in their wards following inquiries made by them. Whilst most residents welcome the venue, the majority were against opening hours being extended. The subcommittee also took into account the representations made by the local resident in favour of the application, particularly in relation to the extension of hours. The local resident indicated that an hour extension would be more suitable and in line with other licensed premises in the area, rather than what had been applied for. In relation to noise and potential noise issues, the subcommittee also heard representations from the street scene and environmental enforcement team, who had also submitted an objection on the basis that the premises is a residential area and the potential for there to be statutory noise nuisance should the premises be permitted to extend their hours. The subcommittee heard that there have been 2 complaints to their out-of-hours team since January 2024 in relation to noise. The applicant indicated that there was a sound limiter at the premises and would be unable to having the team attend the premises to check it, to having the team attend the premises to check its levels. During the hearing, it was necessary for the subcommittee to clarify the exact nature of their application, as it appeared to have changed since the original application. The applicant confirmed that there would be no change to the external area in relation to regulated entertainment, which is deregulated up to, I'll have to just bring it a bit nearer to me, up to 2,300 hours. It was clarified that there would be a belly dancer, however. Their performance would usually cease around 9 p.m. The applicant also gave evidence in relation to the ID scanner, given that the premises is a food-led business with families attending. This particular condition was onerous. The subcommittee were also mindful that the ID scanner was not only there to check for the age verification, but also a helpful tool in relation to both crime detection and prevention. In light of the evidence heard, the subcommittee agreed that checking IDs from 6 p.m. could be put back to 9 p.m. Having sought legal advice, the committee were of the view that the conditions on the current licence could be altered to reflect the deregulation. In light of all evidence heard, the subcommittee found that the current conditions on the licence were robust enough. The premises over the last 18 months appeared to be running successfully without serious issues. Therefore, it was disappointing to learn that there had been some failings during the visit on the 27th of April 2024. As such, the subcommittee were not persuaded or confident at this current time that the licence holder was able to promote the licensing objectives if they were permitted to extend its hours. This will not prevent the applicant from applying for a TENS or to vary its licence in the future. The applicant is also strongly encouraged to attend pub watch and maintain communication with the responsible authorities going forward. The subcommittee have also resolved to modify conditions in Annex 2 of the current licence as follows. General conditions. Conditions 2 and 3 are removed. The prevention of crime and disorder. Condition 14 is amended as follows. All patrons entering the premises from 9 p.m. on Friday, Saturday and UK bank holidays shall be required to have their identity verified via the ID scanner machine. The prevention of public nuisance, condition 38, is amended as follows. Noise limiters shall be in use to ensure that any noise emanating from the TV does not cause a nuisance to nearby residents and shall be subject to yearly checks from the Street Scene Environmental Enforcement Team. The right of appeal. The relevant application for the premises licence or any other persons who made relevant representation to the application may appeal against the council's decision to the Justice of Clerk at the Uxbridge Magistrates Court. Such an appeal may be brought within 21 days of receipt of the notice of decision. No decision made by the council will have effect during the time period within which an appeal may be brought and until such time that any appeal has been determined or abandoned. Thank you.